Nation, let's get it. Yo, salute to everybody already here in the building. You already know what time it is, man. Salute to everybody. Thank you guys for your patience, man. I was actually finishing up watching that fire episode of Max Crosby's podcast, man, The Rush, man. Salute to those guys over there. They put on a hell of a show. We're going to talk about everything that was said, on that pod today. We're going to also talk about the Ian Rappaport tweet and everybody making this be a total shitstorm. Look, you guys, there was so many things that was said on that podcast, but I have to be real. People were jumping the gun on Twitter, on Instagram, Bleacher Report, all over the place, stating that Max Crosby was going to force his way out, could force his way out, blah, blah. I kind of looked at this thing a little differently. Max is just a passionate guy. He wants to win as a Raider. He wants to continue to build this thing, but he also wants to win now, right? He wants to make sure that he capitalizes on the years in his prime of his career, right? And I know a lot of people were treating this as it was an ultimatum and so on and so forth. I didn't look at that like that at all. This looked as though a guy that was just really just frustrated about losing. He thinks that we missed out on, hiring Rich Bisaccia, which I totally disagree with. I don't think that that would have been the move at all. I think actually that shit would have been terrible to make Rich Bisaccia the head coach. But we all know that, the players loved him, right? He's with the Green Bay Packers right now. He's in the wild card, coaching up their special team. Salute to Rich Bisaccia and what he did for this team. But, little bro, man, did you watch the pod?
Honestly, no. I'm not even gonna lie. I was in the chat with the rest of the nation waiting for you. I was sitting in this office for probably over an hour waiting for you to go live. And salute to everybody in the chat. Everybody had something to say. Everybody had some pretty good insights as well with the situation. But we all know, at least you and I know, like that's a whole lot of cap. This dude is not gonna force his way out of here. He is a Raider through and through.
And this is the thing, right? Before you hear it out of Max's mouth, you just dropped the podcast. I don't know if you guys seen it earlier, but he actually went live and then they cut it right when they were going on. And then they pushed the show out an hour and a half back. So I was thinking in my head, I'm like, well, maybe there was something in there that they wanted to take out. Maybe they wanted to wait a little bit longer. Maybe this was a rollout, to kind of help the podcast because they're already growing at a very rapid rate. They're already over 20,000 subscribers. Salute to Max and those guys. But it's a very smart business move. You know what I'm saying? Like push it out, kind of get a little, people a little bit more hyped about it. And next thing you know, you got 2,500 people in the chat. You know what I'm saying? And about a lot of people fighting amongst each other. We know how this is, man. The trolls show up and shit just goes left, right? But I'm going to say this, man. From what I've seen, it didn't look as though to me that Max was at all saying, he wants to leave. And I think that some of these guys out there, Hammer, bro, like some of these writers, some of these beat writers, some of the big guys, even the Ian Rappaports, right? This is clickbait season at its finest right now. You know what I'm saying? You know what I mean? So I just, sometimes I look at this shit as just lazy journalism, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because you write an article and say, Max could. I mean, shit, I could do a lot of things. You know what I'm saying? Like, what does that mean? He could. But that's lazy journalism, bro. It's like, what are you talking about, bro? Like, I don't understand that.
you and I have had this conversation, whether being on or off the air, like when the off season is here or they have nothing to talk about, they will create and drag out a false narrative for everybody to buy into and cause mass hysteria. It doesn't matter what fan base it is. And it's old and it's tiring. I tell you guys, and I've been telling you guys this for weeks, ESPN Radio New York is still on this kick that, oh, the Jets are going to get Devontae Adams. They're going to do this, that, and the third. We've seen it. We've heard it. Even the bye week, there was some type of drama, and I can't remember what it was right now. But during the bye week, they were starting a whole bunch of crap too. Like, this is why you guys come to Mount Shield more.
Or you go to Max and hear it out of the horse's mouth.
True.
Right? That's why I didn't want to jump the gun and go live. I wanted to hear what Max had to say. And the way he said it, it was so passionate. I want to be here. I want to retire Raider. I put my body on the line year in and year out. I don't know if people know he has to have 2 surgeries now on his thumb, on his knee. Like, there's a lot that's going on, you know, in the offseason in terms of trying to get his health right. And he's put his body on the line, right? Nothing's off the table. A lot of people take that and they're like, oh, well, Max, get out of here then. If you don't want to be a Raider, nobody's bigger than a Shield. Nobody works for this team harder than Max Crosby on the football field. On and off, first guy in the building, last guy out. Look, he's going to put his bid in for AP, Hammer. He's going to put his bid in because that's the guy he wants there, right? The other guys want him to be there. I understand that. And to be real with you, I'm going to be real, y'all. In the next 48 hours, AP will probably be named the head coach. You know what I'm saying? Champ is in there today to be, you know, for his GM interview. You know, we had Ed Dodds in yesterday. At the end of the day, I think that AP is still going to be the guy. There's still rumors about the Chargers bringing in Harbaugh and the Raiders still having some type of connection there, or maybe wanting to bring him in for an interview. Blah, blah, blah. It is what it is. But at the end of the day, we can't just jump the gun and state that this guy could demand a trade out. Yes, anything is on the table. That can mean multiple things. That can mean, okay, so what's the plan, Mark? Let's sit down and figure out what's the plan. If it's Harbaugh, okay, blah, blah, blah. We have other problems than just AP. We got to name our general manager first. That's first and foremost. You have to make sure you do not fumble this again. Hire the GM first. Allow him to go out there and hire his guy. If they hire Ed Dodds and he says, I want to bring back AP, great. If they hire Champ Kelly today and he wants to bring back AP, phenomenal. But at the end of the day, you have to do this the right way. You have to do this the right way. And it's a process. You have to name the GM. We cannot continue to do this shit where we go bring in a John Gruden, and he brings in a Mike Mayock, and then Gruden has complete control of everything. You bring in a Josh McDaniels, then you bring in Ziegler. Josh McDaniels has full power of everything. It's a process. You have to do this the right way. And, you know, I'm just saying this, you guys, you know, yes, he said everything is on the table, right? That could mean, you know what, if you don't bring AP in, you know, I'm out of here. But I didn't take that as that. I took that as I want to be here. And if we do go somewhere else, what's the plan? What's the plan? Because I said this on Twitter, you guys, a lot of people don't understand this, that Mark and Max are very close. Every time I go to Vegas, whether I go to the 8 Lounge or wherever I go, wherever Max is, Mark is right there hand in hand with them. They're right next to each other. They're very, very close friends. You can always catch them in Vegas at the 8 Lounge, having a cigar, laughing, joking. They are close. They're very close. He has been with Mark for the last 5 years, right? He's been with AP for the last year and a half, 2 years. The connection to Mark is deeper than just the connection to AP. And I think that Max understands the process, but I also understand that he wants to win right now. And he thinks that bringing AP in is the right move. I'm not against that. I'm not against that. But also, I was very afraid, you guys, because he said we fucked it up before by not bringing in Rich Bisaccia. No, we didn't. We fucked it up by bringing in Josh McDaniels instead, not Rich Bisaccia. Rich Bisaccia did not get any offer anywhere else. He went right back to being a special teams guy. He's not a head coach in the NFL right now. We didn't fuck that up. We didn't fuck that up at all. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't really see it. Babe, I'm live. I'm going to call you right back. But they're throwing me a birthday party. They think I don't know right now. They're somewhere setting shit up right now. So she keeps blowing my phone up right now. Salute to everybody also that's been giving me my happy 40th birthday, all that good stuff. Thank you guys so much. But it's just, man, I sometimes, man, the media I know this is the day and age of the clickbait and all that other stuff. Sometimes you got to kick back and just allow the process to unfold and stop throwing bullshit out there. Everything is about context. Context. When you see Max say that, if you see the body language and the way he said it, you guys, that wasn't I'm out of here. Get me out of here. Get me out of here. Because also Max knows more than anybody, he's in the building. It's a process. It is a process. Today can be the first the first domino to fall. Boom. Champ Kelly's back in the building. And I know you didn't watch the pod, but he also was screaming, high praises for Champ Kelly as well, saying it's a package deal. That's what Max said. It's a package deal. You know what I'm saying? Now, the thing that's crazy to me is, you guys, not a lot of people are talking about this, right? What if they bring in Champ Kelly and Champ Kelly says, I want to go in another direction? Not saying it would happen, but what happens if we hire Champ Kelly and he says, look, I want to go get Jim Harbaugh, or I want to go get Ben Johnson, which it's a very, I think that he is going to lean towards AP regardless. But there's so many different ways this thing can go, you guys. It's just like we just have to sit back and allow the process to unfold and stop screaming at each other and all this other shit and stop just listening to all the bullshit that is out there. Because, yes, Ian Rappaport is one of the he's the pinnacle at this game. But Ian Rappaport has been wrong a lot, you guys. He's been right a lot, but he's also been wrong a lot. And it's the thing. It's nothing wrong with being wrong. We all wrong. Just admit you're wrong and move on. Move on. But I just hate that our fan base gets rattled left and right over everything. It's like, man, just kick back, dude. Like, kick back. And I know a lot of people are saying that too, right? Raider Felon, no one's bigger than the Shield, but Max has a right to his opinion. Look, let me say this, Raider Felon. I've said this. You've said this. Shieldmore has said this left and right. Max Crosby is the only untradeable guy on this team. The only untradeable guy on this team. We've said this year in and year out. But if he asks to leave, guess what can happen, you guys? Mark Davis can say no. And guess what? Mark also knows how much Max loves football. He loves the Raiders. He loves the game. Mark is going to say no. You're my best player. We're building this thing together. You may not see the vision now if they go elsewhere with Harbaugh or anybody else, but at the end of the day, no, I don't have to trade you. And then what? I don't see Max as a guy that would hold out because of AP not getting the job. You know what I'm saying? I see him as just, like, once again, a guy that is irritated with not winning. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you guys, if Jim Harbaugh is the guy and he comes in and we start winning football games, everybody's going to totally forget about this AP wave. It just is what it is. Not saying that Jim Harbaugh should get the job. I think that, like I said this before, I'm cool with either one of them. But this was not a situation, man, where Max was just, yo, get me out of here. Get me out of here. I mean, how do you feel about the way, some of these major media outlets have treated this situation? Salute to Kenny Mack, too.
One, it's being dragged out for no reason whatsoever, just besides the fact that we're in our off season and there's a whole coaching carousel that's going on right now. We've heard about some of the moves, some of the signings that have already happened. Yeah. Nobody said anything with Jack Jones's press conference after the game on Sunday that if AP's not back, we boycott. Nobody's talked about that. And at the same time, there's another thing that people in the chat, and no disrespect to you guys, but there's another thing that you guys are not talking about today. And Adam Schefter reported right now, or early this morning rather, that AP is at the top of the list for Mark Davis to make AP the head coach. And nobody seems to be talking about that. You guys are a lot of, I'm not saying you guys specifically, but a lot of people have jumped onto this thing where, if AP's not back, Max is going to want to trade. Nobody's talking about Schefter and what he said early this morning, though.
And other outlets as well. I even seen Tashawn, say salute to Tashawn Reed, put it out there that since day one, since this process, Champ Kelly and AP are still at the top of the list for Mark Davis. At the end of the day, this is a process, you guys. You can't just go into work, clock in, and then clock out. You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to go through your day. You got to do what you got to, like, this is a process. We got to allow this shit to unfold, man. Salute to JT. One thing Davis cannot ignore is Max is emphasizing the players and organizations suffer from constant turnover. Raiders, the in and out of the NFL. Agreed. But JT, this is the thing, bro. Most teams in the NFL have a revolving door. We're not the only team that go through this shit. There's maybe 5 to 7 organizations in the NFL that continuously have the same type of people in the building, and they continue to build. It's a coaching carousel all across the NFL, year in and year out. Don't get me wrong. I'm sick of being one of those teams. And at some point, hopefully we do get off of that. But the thing is this. If we hire AP right now just because everybody's so high on how we ended the season, what happens if a year down the line it doesn't work? Then we're right back at the same shit. And then not even that. It even sets us back even more. Allow these guys to make sure that these are the right guys to bring in. Simple and plain. And I understand, man, these guys are going to bat for AP. A lot of these guys love AP. We all love AP. We love what he brought to the locker room, on and off the field. Max kept saying he grew up a Raider. He loves being a Raider. It makes sense, blah, blah, blah. But at the end of the day, Mark has to do his due diligence. All you guys always kill Mark Davis for just making drastic decisions and just jumping the gun and bringing in Gruden to sign a 10-year deal, or bringing in Josh McDaniels because he wanted the Patriot way and sign him to a 4-year deal. Why can we not give Mark Davis his flowers right now for not rushing the process and just allowing this thing to go how it's supposed to go? Like, it's just like Max has put his bid in, little bro. He's put his bid in. He's saying, look, I want my guy, and he's putting some pressure on Mark. He's putting some pressure on Mark. I love it. That's cool. But he's also putting pressure on a friend, a guy that he goes to and leans on for not just Raider shit, but business shit off the field. I've heard some of those conversations. Like I said, with the 8 Lounge, there's a lot that goes on behind closed doors. You know what I'm saying? So it's just like this, man. This is the first. Look, this is the first wild card game today. Like, the season literally just ended.
I just put in a bet. Like, I think we're minutes away from kickoff of the first game, and I just put a couple of prop bets and a couple of money lines together. And hopefully I hit, man. It's like 8 or 9, but it's a couple of different prop bets. I think it was like 30 to win like 4,000. We'll see what happens.
Salute to Hub, man. Graphk, real talk. Growing up where we grew up, did you see yourself hitting 40? No. I just had that conversation with Wasted. Bro, I'm going to be real. I didn't think I was going to make it to 25. You know what I'm saying? I was out there on some other shit. But, man, bro, it's a blessing, John. Definitely. Thank you, my brother. Thank you so much, man. Salute to you, John. I seen you in there talking with Max and them too in the chat. Hug always brings great content that we can build on. It helps the shows. I don't think, John, you understand how much you mean to what we do, bro. We appreciate you as always. Salute to Abstract as well. Glad Max is applying pressure on Mark since his coaching hires have been mediocre as fuck. Yeah, Abstract, you're not lying, brother. You are not lying at all. But once again, allow the process to unfold. You cannot just say, I mean, this is the thing. If Harbaugh is behind the scenes saying, look, I'm thinking about making a comeback to the NFL. What would it be? I think it would be reckless of Mark to not do his due diligence on that and at least bring him in for an interview if possible. You know what I'm saying? Like, you have to see what is out there, because the thing is this everybody keeps saying, what is it? We want to continue to build upon what we got. Right. We don't know what a deal looks like. If you bring in AP, it may be a short-term contract to see if he can live up to the hype, right? You bring in Harbaugh, you're signing him to a massive contract, and he's there for years to come.
That's the problem, because even Wasted has talked about it. Like, does Mark Davis really want to dish out that much money for the 3rd straight time with a head coach? And if things don't pan out, he's going to have to pay this coach out too. Like, yeah. And at the same, and also, like,
Rich, appreciate you, brother.
I'm not really hearing Harbaugh's name mentioned right now. There's been so many other pieces that have moved around the NFL this week that you would have thought that Michigan won the national championship a month ago. His name has not really been talked about that much, as opposed to all these other guys that are out there, all these other teams that are in need of a head coach right now. Harbaugh is a name that has not been mentioned pretty much since Monday night after them winning the national championship.
Yeah. Salute to John. Salute to everybody with the supers, and also salute to everybody just in the building, man, rocking with us. We appreciate you guys. There's a lot of stuff going on in the chat, so I'm trying to catch up, you guys. Salute to John. What up, Nation? What up, Docs? What's up, Nation? What's up, Docs? Twice, John. I love it. I love it, my brother. AP is going to be the next coach of the Raiders. I agree. I think it's only a matter of time. Who's going to be the GM? It's probably going to be Champ. I called yesterday. I thought that it was going to be Ed Dodds because this is his second time around. Mark loves Ed Dodds. He was very, very, he loved the interview a few years back when he came in. I thought it was just a tough sell for him to leave twice without the gig. But I'm seeing a lot of talk about potentially bringing, Ed Dodds in with Champ Kelly in a 1-2 package at GM. You know what I'm saying? Maybe one like a senior advisor or something, one an assistant GM or something. I can definitely see that. But Carolina Panthers are very high on Champ Kelly. He already went out there and did an interview with them. It sounds like he's at the top of their list right now. So that's something to monitor. But I would love to see a 1-2 package deal with both of those guys because their football minds are very much respected in the NFL, man. Salute to Joe. For those of y'all crying about Max taking a stand, make sure you don't celebrate next season if him and AP bring success back to the Raiders. Salute. Salute to my guy, Joe, also. Salute to my brother, Hug, once again. And salute to you, Graphk. You take a lot of crap from whack-ass trolls, and you must be commended for staying the course. Love you, brother. Keep up the good work. Thank you, brother. Yeah, hey, man, it comes with the territory, brother. It comes with the territory. I was in the Max, thing talking with everybody and shit in the chat. And, you always have some trolls pop up and say some little things, but I'm gonna be real with you, man. I got thick skin. I come from the bottom, bro. Like that type of shit doesn't really affect me. Just keep that same energy if you ever catch me in traffic, man. Salute to Hug though, my dog, man. Let me see. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. Wipe them feet, y'all. Hit them thumbs up. If you are not subscribed to the channel yet, make sure you hit that subscribe button. We are talking about Max Crosby's The Rush episode today. It was a shitstorm on Twitter, you guys. It was all over the place on social media about it. Everybody was jumping the gun about Max, demanding a trade and so on and so forth. It's so crazy that one tweet, right? Just one word in a tweet can confuse things.
Yep.
Like everybody, a demand. He didn't demand anything. Could. What
might.
Yeah, might. Like if was a fifth, bro, we all be slapped. You know what I'm saying? Like, I don't understand, why we can't just sit back and sometimes just do our due diligence on this shit. It's crazy to me. Look, I'm going to enjoy my weekend. I'm going to enjoy my birthday weekend, and I'm going to enjoy this process. Whether it's Champ or Dodds, I'm good with it. I would love a combo of both of them, like we just said, though. And I really, truly believe that AP is going to get the job. And it does sound with some of these reports, Harbaugh was speaking to Michigan about potentially staying there and reworking that contract. And then another report came out today from Ian Rappaport that the Chargers are going to go all in on Harbaugh. So we don't really know where this thing is going to go in terms of Harbaugh. But I'm going to tell you this. I don't think that Mark's going to wait too long. I don't. I think that he sees what's going on. He understands, the fan base is all in on AP. But this is the thing, you guys. Once again, okay? If Mark hires AP and this doesn't work, do not kill Mark for it. This is what everybody wanted. If he comes in and doesn't get the job done, remember this. Do not kill our owner for it. This is what everybody was asking for. This is what Max was asking for. This is what Josh Jacobs, if AP is back, this is Josh Jacobs' words. If AP is back, it's a 90% chance I'll be back. This is what our superstar, Devontae's just kicking it, real EPA. Like, I love it. Devontae ain't saying shit. He's just kicking back on some, like, let me just, enjoy the process like everybody else. I haven't seen him say anything, but I've seen Spillane. I've seen Marcus Epps. A lot of people go out there. Jack Jones, we know the connection with him. All of them are going out there. Just remember this. If we bring an AP, which I think we will, and God forbid it doesn't work, because I want this thing to work so bad. I need a championship. I don't want a championship anymore, you guys. I need one from my soul. Like, I need a championship. If it doesn't work, don't get mad at Mark. Get mad at these guys. Get mad at Max. Get mad at Marcus. Get mad at Spillane. Get mad at everybody else but Mark, because he's going to make a decision for this franchise that can shape the future of this team. And it's a major decision. We have to give him time. But if it doesn't work, once again, then what? Everybody's going to blame him for everything?
It's just going to be a matter of who the offensive coordinator is going to be, who the coaching staff on the offensive side of the ball is going to be, because we realistically know that they're going to keep PG.
Yes.
And
he did have an interview with the Chargers for their head coaching position. We don't know if that was a Rooney Rule type situation. We really don't know, but we know that the Chargers want to go all in on Jim Harbaugh. That's their dream grab as head coach. So I think Graham will definitely be coming back home.
But the other thing is, like, and I said to you in a text before, like, we really need to think about the draft and moving up one way, shape, or form, because there's a lot of teams in front of us that are going to be looking for quarterbacks. I messed around with a mock draft before. All the quarterbacks that we want are off the board. The next best thing at 13 would be Bo Nix. And I don't know how a lot of you guys feel about that.
Well, the thing is this. If it's AP, I think he does everything in his power to go get Jane Daniels. Because if you just build on what we have on the defensive side of the football, you don't really need too many pieces. There's not a lot of pieces moving on in free agency. You can replace a Meek if you don't bring him back. Some of those defensive tackles are aging. You can move on from them. But this is the thing. This is the year where you have all the draft capital in the world to move up and go get your guy. The thing is this, you guys, you identify the GM, identify the coach, and then you go get your quarterback. A lot of people are not talking about, I know we're all focused on this because the hiring thing is the thing right now, but we have to make sure that we're focused on who's going to be our next quarterback of the future. And I think you're right, little bro, that I think that Knicks will be an option there at 13. I think that there's going to be JJ McCarthy there, which I don't want to go, but he'll be there. But you're going to have to move up. And I think personally, if AP gets the job, he's going to say, look, champ, I know this is your draft. That's my guy. You know how close I am. I think that he could be the guy. This is a major pivotal offseason, you guys. We have to make sure that we get this right, because if we don't, we're going to set ourselves back once again. Mark set us back by bringing in Ziegler and Josh McDaniels. It didn't work. He set us back. We got a few pieces with Gruden, right? So like we did. We got a few pieces from Josh McDaniels in him as well, but it set us back. This, we have to get it right. Salute to Steel Cage. From what I was told and from what I heard was the Dodds interview went really well, Steel Cage. I haven't heard anything about Champ, but I know he's in the building right now. He is in Vegas. He's in the headquarters. I don't know what's going on in terms of that. I don't know if the interview's already happened or if he's waiting on it, but I know he's in Vegas right now. But I heard, from what I heard with the Dodge situation it was a great interview. So I think he's just kind of kicking back and seeing what's going on with the Champ Kelly thing. Salute to Steel Cage. Salute to P-Nate. If Max wants a Super Bowl, he needs a proven winning head coach like Harbaugh. If he wants cigars and individual accolades, then keep AP. Be logical, people. and look, Adele, I'm cool. Look, I'm not going to ruffle any feathers in terms of this because I've already said it a million times how I feel. I'm cool with either one of them, 1A, 1B. But I don't want to say that we won't win with AP at the helm. You know what I'm saying? Like, these guys are going to go to bat for him. They're going to go to bat for him. And that's a huge part of, the process of building a winning product is you have to be bought into what you got going on. I love what Max said. He said, one of the reasons why, Bill Belichick was so great because they bought into what he did. The players didn't buy into Josh McDaniels. You've seen what happened. He moved. We ended up winning some games, right? They weren't bought into that. The Patriot way at that point when they were winning Super Bowls, they were bought in. Bill Belichick brought in guys that bought into the culture. And it's clear right now they bought into what AP has going on. I just don't know if it's sustainable. I don't know if they're going to continue to do this next year. What if we go on a cold run and we lose a few games? You know what I'm saying? We're going to start hearing a bunch of shit. Was it the right move? So on and so forth. I mean, like I said before, I don't agree with you on that, Adele, because I think we can win with AP. But yes, you're right in terms of Harbaugh. He's been a proven winner everywhere. And I think that would continue at the NFL level. I truly do. And people don't realize how many relationships Harbaugh has in the NFL. There's so many people that he can lean on, his brother, and and other people that he can, even if a lot of people say he's dated, right? He just won a national championship. Oh, he's dated. He likes to run the football, and he puts out a great defense. Well, that's what you're getting with AP, you guys. You're getting a run first team and a defensive juggernaut. That's what you're going to get with him.
So, we haven't had a defensive-minded head coach in years.
Yeah.
Definitely needed that change as well, and I'm here for it.
Yeah. Salute to Sweet Jazz. The Raiders have not seen this change in the culture since the early 80s. It's clear to me that we have to let AP continue with this Raiders renaissance. Al Davis will look down and smile with us all if AP is given the job. Salute to Sweet Jazz on a $25 donation. I appreciate you, Jazz, as always, and I agree with everything you just said. Mutation, why am I yelling? I'm just passionate, brother.
Bro, that's not even – I've heard Graphk yell. That's nowhere near yelling.
You definitely have. Salute to Angel, man. Happy birthday, big bro. It's actually Monday. It's Monday, but, we're celebrating it all weekend long. Salute to Angel. Salute to Joe. I personally find it weak to see so many fans turn on Max so easily. And you know what's funny, Joe? This is the comedy thing about this fan base. A lot of them people that were shitting on Max, and I seen it. I seen the names. I seen everything. Shitting on Max, they went in there and instantly changed their tune. They got to trying to comment, hey, Max, trying to talk to him and all that other shit. It's the same people that are over there just emotionally just jumping out the window on Twitter that jumped in that comment section and was singing a whole different tune. It's fucking hilarious. Salute to my dog, Joe, man. Salute to Black Sales, my brother. Happy G-Day, brother. Salute, Hammer. Who's questioning if we hire? Wait, what? Question: if we hire Dodds, is Champ still under contract as assistant GM? Hire AP. I don't know what his contract looks like, but I know this. I don't think that. I mean, he already went and took another interview with Carolina, so that should let you know where his shit stands at all. You know what I'm saying? I don't think that he's under contract or anything like that. You know what I mean? So, but if we hire Dobbs, is he still? No, he's not. Black still. I don't know what his contract looks like, but if he's already going out and taking interviews, I'm assuming that he's not under any deal right now. We could just move on from him and bring another guy if that's what we're gonna do. Salute to my guy. Salute to Sweet Jazz. You are still young, Graphk. Happy birthday. Thank you, family. Thank you so much.
He's catching up to wasted, y'all. I'm gonna have to send Graphk a rocking chair for his birthday.
Yeah, I feel every bit of 40, bro. My brother took me out last night. We went to a fucking strip club, to a cigar lounge, went out to eat. Salute to Mitch, too. Mitch was my brother tried to surprise me last night. Mitch was supposed to come out. He couldn't make it due to family obligations. He just sent me $100 through Venmo. I was like, have fun. You know what I mean? So salute to my brother Mitch, man. Real talk, but we had a ball last night. I'm still paying for it right now. Real talk. Raiders just put out a behind the shield hyping up AP. And Frank, I seen that. And this is the other thing that people weren't realizing. Everybody was jumping down Max's throat about him trying to demand a trade and all that. While all this shit was going on, the Raiders are posting stuff about Max Crosby and his team is commenting in there and everything. It's like, bro, like there's no problem here. There's no problem here. There's none. It's just we always try to make something more than what it is. It's just it's insane to me. They're literally commenting in. Max is sharing the Raiders tweets as everybody is saying he's demanding a trade. It's like, man, shut the fuck up. Salute to JT. Davis did his due diligence when he brought in McDaniels. He does not have the gut feeling that Al did. Al could have easily passed over Matt. Look, man, nobody has the gut that Al Davis has, bro. Like, there's not many minds that have ever been around the game that knows more than Al Davis. There probably ain't one, to be honest. I think Al Davis might be the most brightest person ever when it comes to this game. Going out to, all black colleges and scouting other players when the NFL wasn't doing that. He brought speed to the NFL. He brought speed to the game. He changed the game. You know what I mean? I don't think anybody's going to have what Al has, JT. So we have to stop putting so much pressure on Mark because of his dad, bro. No one is ever going to replicate what Al did. Salute to DTG. What if Max pushes for AP and it turns out to be a disaster? And there you go, DTG. All we can do as fans is kick back. And it just and once again, the sad thing is, DTG, if it's a shit show, we're going to still be here. We're going to be here through all of it. You know what I'm saying? Somebody knocking on my door.
That was my doorbell for some reason. I looked up like
Salute to T4. Jim is wishful thinking. AP is reality. And there you go, T4. I agree with you on that. I think that Jim is realistic, but it's still more closer to like a pipe dream than AP. AP already went through his interview, you guys. I believe it was virtual. I don't think you can go do in-person interviews at this point, but he did have an interview with the Tennessee Titans. And from what I heard and what I was told, it was actually a really good interview. And the Titans are actually looking at him as a possible head coach to take Vrabel's spot. So look, it looks as though, man, we might have been wrong. AP may be in high demand at this point. And there may be some other guys, some other teams that may pop out of left field here soon that may want to bring him in if the Raiders don't lock this down soon. Salute to Ben, man, my guy. Mark Davis is spending too much money on coaches. Let Harbaugh go to the Chargers. Salute to my guy, man. But then, what we're going to hear, Ben, a lot, right, is, man, we got to face Peyton Harbaugh, and you know what I'm saying, and Reed 6 times a year. I can already see it coming. Salute to my brother Intel on a $100 special. My brother, I appreciate you. Salute to my guy. Dodge president of football operations, Champ at GM. See, we were just talking about this. An AP head coach, the Raider Equinox. Intel. Don't give wasted any credit. Don't give wasted any credit. That Raider Equinox. But I agree. I would love that, man. Salute to my brother on a $100 special.
Isn't she the president of operations? I don't think they're gonna get rid of her right now.
Who?
Sandra Douglas Morgan.
Oh no. She's there. She's there. Oh, you were saying to replace her.
That's what it looks like from what I'm looking at right now. Maybe I'm wrong, but I don't think she's going anywhere.
I think Intel means more along the lines of what we were talking about. You know what I'm saying? Like kind of being a 1-2 punch at the GM position, because Ed Dodds clearly wants to come home. I mean, you've seen the text message the other day. As Stu actually sent it to me, like he wants to be a Raider.
Yeah,
he wants to be a Raider. Clear in, clear out. Like he wants to come home. What'd he say? Let me finish where I started. I love that. I would love to keep Dodds at some capacity if he's not named the GM. Salute to Intel and salute to Raider Rob on the $100 special also. Relax. I've got basic distrust of McDaniels, of Mark Davis to make the right call because of recent history, but I think he learned something in the last 4 years, and I believe he heard the nation this year. That said, I believe we're in a great place, and I'm excited for the future, pulling for AP. Great comment, brother, and I thank you so much, Raider Rob. Appreciate you, brother, for the $100 special. That means a lot to me, King. Thank you so much, and you are right. Agreed. I think that he learned his lesson, from the last situation. And I think right now, like I said before, I'm just kicking back, man, and watching this shit unfold. Raider 77 says, just dropping in. How's it going, Graphk and Hammer? Happy birthday. Hope you have a good one. Thank you, brother. Thank you. Everything's a blessing, man. It's just good to see another year. Good to see another day. Bless, bless, bless. Hug. Bring back what Hondo said. I think AP gets a prove-it deal that comes with an extension for a playoff appearance. Book it. And he did say something like that on our show. Salute to our guy Hondo. He definitely did say something along the lines of, give him, that short-term deal and make him earn it. I don't know if AP would agree to something like that. I don't know if his people, would agree to that. But there's a lot of public, the opinion out there right now is to bring in AP.
I think it's going to be a 3-year deal, realistically. And I've been saying that from the time that he took over. Like, if we had the opportunity to give him a legit extension and make him that coach, it's probably going to be a 3-year deal at best.
Yeah. And this is another thing I have to say, you guys, real quick. Salute to Chief Rock One, my brother. I appreciate you. These same guys, right? A lot of these same guys. I don't even have to say any names because a lot of them do the same shit. A lot of these writers, the Raiders, all these guys will be cool with Jim Harbaugh if he's there. What happened to that? Everybody, the article, the team will be okay if Jim Harbaugh comes in. The players are going to play for him. What happened to that? Now all these guys are singing a whole nother narrative of Max is going to ask for or could ask for a trade. It's just the weirdest shit in the world, man. Sometimes, man, that's why I love what we do, because it's more opinion based, right? We do hit people with facts, but we just give our opinion. We give our takes on things because these guys don't want to be wrong. But then they realize that you went from this extreme to the next extreme and you look crazy by saying that. The same writers that were saying, they'll be okay with Jim Harbaugh are now saying he could ask for a trade if AP's not the coach. Like, make it make sense. Salute to Gio, man. Happy B-Day, big bro. Hope you rep the 916 and Raider Nation admirably. To be honest, I'm not seeing any indication that JH even wants to come to LV. AP is the one. Well, Ian Rappaport, salute to you, Gio. I appreciate you. Ian Rappaport did just come out and say that the Raiders are still interested in him, that the Chargers, are the team that really wants him, but the Raiders still have interest in him. So it can get, the thing with Harbaugh is I think that he thinks that he's going to be so in high demand that he can kick back and doesn't have to rush this process, not realizing that we can't afford to do that. We can't allow AP to walk and then sit around another week or two and watch him go to the Chargers and us get weaker. Gosh. We can't allow that. Like, what happens if you just allow AP to go to Tennessee or somewhere else? Then we miss out on him, and then Harbaugh goes to the Chargers. Now we're looking at potentially maybe giving Graham the head coaching position or bringing in a Mike Vrabel. At this point, that's why these next few days, these next 48 hours are going to be very, very critical.
Yep.
And I'm going to be here watching every second of the way, man. Salute to Frank. AP wants the Raiders to succeed. Facts. But Frank, this is the thing. We all want the Raiders to succeed. Mark Davis wants the Raiders to succeed. If Jim Harbaugh was the coach, he wants the team to succeed. I hear what you're saying, brother, but everybody that's going to be around this wants this thing to succeed. And if Harbaugh takes the job, he's definitely going to want to prove to everybody, all the critics, that he can win one at the highest level and not just at the collegiate level. Salute to Frank. Salute to Rick also on the $20 donation. I appreciate you, brother. Happy birthday, Graphk. Have a drink on me, bro. I hope we bring in Harbaugh. Salute to my guy, Rick L. Rick has been on the Harbaugh train since day one. He has not switched up. Salute to my guy, Rick. I appreciate you. Salute to Ant also. The nation helped get rid of McDaniels. Definitely. Now the nation will get AP. If it don't work, this is what the nation and the players wanted. Factory, man. Factory. Salute to my guy, John. Jaden's tape shows a QB with instincts in the pocket and a wicked ability to run. His size is my only concern. Now, we said that since day one, Hammer. We said it it's just the frame. It's kind of scary. It's kind of scary. Like you have to put a little more meat on on the bones, man. You know what I'm saying? Because that's the thing that scares me with him. One nice little hit from a Aaron Donald next year, or one of these guys that it can get spooky for him. Let me see. He said this could be Hugh Jackson 2.0. Shit.
God, man.
Salute to my guy Rich once again, man. Happy birthday, Graphk. Let me buy you a drink, bro. Salute. Raiders. Salute to my guy Rich, man. My dog. I appreciate you, brother. Real talk, man. Salute on a $20 special. Salute. Yeah, Graphk. People misunderstand passion for anger. I really love this team. You know, I really love this team. So anything that happens with this team, it affects us in real life. Because that's how much we're invested into this team. If I stepped away from doing this, you guys, and I would still be behind the scenes screaming at the TV, you know, yelling at the TV, tweeting away about shit that I'm not happy about. At the end of the day, we really truly love this team. And it is definitely passion. And Poppy, that's what I took with the Max Crosby thing. I thought it was the same shit. It wasn't anger. It was a little bit of frustration, you could tell, but it was more passion. Like, I want to be here. I want to win here. And I want to win with my guy. Because what we always say, it's like, let's just say right now, man, Hammer goes and gets a job with ESPN, right? He gets a job with ESPN and he's working with somebody else as his co-host. It would probably mean a lot more if me and Hammer were each other's co-hosts, if we're winning that way, right? You want to win with your guy. You know what I'm saying? You want to win with your guy. But at the end of the day, as long as you're winning, you're winning.
Realistically, though, if I was with ESPN and had another co-host, I wouldn't be winning. Because I don't got my brothers to shield more with me to enjoy it. Because
everybody doesn't feel like that. Everybody
know how they feel about the Raiders. So that's what I'm saying. It wouldn't be the same at all.
Salute to Mongo. I appreciate you on the $5 donation, my brother. Fire ass default picture. That's some cold shit. Queefs get eliminated today as a birthday present. Raider by nature. I would fucking love that, my brother. I would love that. Salute to my guy. Qua also, and that weather is bad out there in Kansas City today. Clinch fist soldiers, basically AP Hardball are the same. One just has way more experience, run the ball, physical defense. We talked about that. But look at all the coaches that are winning, all elevated assistant coaches. Happy birthday. There you go, Qua. Salute to my guy. You're right, man. Qua be coming through with haymakers, bro, all day, every day. Salute to my guy, Qua. Castro's in the building. Salute to Elite. I see you, sis. Castro says AP was great versus games that mattered, but it didn't have us ready for Colts and Vikings. That's my reluctance. And I think that's a lot of us. I think a lot of us, we look at a few of those games that we should have stole. You know, AP's not perfect, you guys. And also, the thing that scares me about AP is, man, the one thing that scares me, it frightens the shit out of me, and we've talked about this since day one, was the offensive coordinator position. Mm-hmm. I see him bringing in like an Adam Gase or a guy that was already in the league and not a young, bright mind that is already, in tune with how the game is played today. Hey, SCJ says, check Albert Breer's last tweet. Can you look that up real quick, little bro?
What's his name?
Albert Breer.
One sec. And I honestly, I have to disagree with that too, though, with what you just said in regards to that, because I think he might pick their brains in regards to finding a viable person as an offensive coordinator. I don't think it's going to be one of those guys.
Yeah. Mutation says, check out Albert Breer's latest tweet. He says, Richard Seymour is sitting in on the interviews. I love it. Salute to the GOAT. Wow. Richard Seymour. That's my guy. I was just literally talking to him in the DM on Twitter. Salute to the guy. But I love it though.
I see it.
What does it say exactly?
Seymour is sitting in with Mark Davis, President Sandra Douglas Morgan, board member Larry Delson, Senior Vice President Tom Delaney, and advisor Ken Herrock as the team works through GM and head coaching candidates.
There you go. I love it. Bring some of those legends in, man.
Shit, where's Chuck? Have him in there, okay?
I guarantee you he's out there somewhere. I just talked to his brother. Talked to his brother the other day, and I think he was in Vegas. So I don't know. Salute to Raider Jimmy, my guy. I appreciate you, brother. Thank you so much. Salute to Chris as well, man. Happy birthday, my friend. Thank you, brother. Thank you so much. Salute to Navy Blue. Hey, Docs, B-Day to you. That's what's up. You both have something in common. Salute. What's up, bro? What'd you see?
Just incomplete pass. I just put on Houston and Cleveland. Cleveland had a bad first drive.
Exactly, Graphk. Don't bash on AP or Harbaugh because you want the other. Factory. So
we both have been saying 1A, 1B for us. So
yeah. Happy birthday, Graphk. I want Harbaugh too. Salute to my guy, Money. Appreciate you, brother. Salute to 951. Shout out Docs and Hammer and all the Raider Nation. Appreciate you, family. Let me see. Docs, what do you think about the reports from Adam Schefter on AP? What do you mean, old school? In terms of what? About him still being the number one candidate within the organization? Is that what you mean? Because most people are still putting it out there that he is the guy that is still at the top of the food chain in terms of the head coaching spot. I think that's what you're talking about.
There was a list that went out earlier this week with predictions where some of these guys are going to land for head coaching positions, and they even have it projected for us that AP is going to be our head coach. They had Belichick going to Washington. They had, oh my God, who?
Ben Johnson's going to Washington, bro. Ben Johnson's going to Washington.
Think so?
I'm telling you right now.
Ben Johnson's going to go to Carolina.
I think he's going to be named the head coach out there. They're going to have he's going to have his pick of the litter at the quarterback spot, top 3 pick. I think he's going there. They already have a lot of players in play out there. I think he goes to the Commanders.
I think Dan Quinn's going to end up going back to Seattle.
Yeah, me too. Me too. If only if they don't shit the bed, because if Mike McCarthy gets let go, I think that he will take over the head coach's position in Dallas. So
I mentioned this during Graphk. The fuck. Wasted's live yesterday with Andy, and I think this thing right now, I think there might be 2 teams that are in the playoffs right now. If they're eliminated, Belichick might get a job of one of these 2 teams, and I think it could either be the Eagles or it could be the Cowboys. Jerry Jones ain't getting any younger. They haven't won a championship in ages. I think Belichick may end up going to Dallas, and McCarthy is going to be gone.
That would be crazy.
Right.
I have this feeling that Bill Belichick probably takes a year off. I think he takes a year off, kind of sees the landscape of the NFL, where it's going, and maybe there's some other openings next year. Right. I think potentially he takes a year off. I don't think that he would take that Commander's job. I think that they want a young guy over there to build that up the right way. I don't think they want to make it the Patriot way down there with the Commanders. Dallas would be an interesting team. They would. But I think it's Dan Quinn's job if McCarthy gets fired. I do. But I think Dan Quinn has 2 options. Like you said, return home to Seattle, where he was one of the architects of the Legion of Boom. Yep. You know what I'm saying? I can see that with Pete Carroll out the way now. Another guy that not a lot of people are talking about, Pete Carroll, said that he still wants to coach. So it sounds like there was some problems out there in Seattle. They were trying to move him up in upper management to potentially kind of save face. Yeah. But he's saying right now that he wants to continue his career as a head coach.
I could see Carroll being a bird somewhere else. I think I could see him going to Atlanta.
Oh,
they're going to need a quarterback as well. I don't think Ritter's it. I think, like I said, we got.
They're getting a guy. They're getting a guy.
Yeah, they're going to get one of these quarterbacks in this draft.
Yeah, facts. Salute to Family Fun. Happy birthday. The 40s are great, but make sure you work out on the regular. Body starts to slow down. Go Raiders. I work out every day, but I'm in the gym.
Tell him that he lives in the gym. He really is a gym rat.
If I'm not live, you guys, or throwing a football around my kids or with my wife, I'm literally in the gym.
Shooting in the gym,
2-3 hours a day in the gym every day. Salute to you, Family Fun. I appreciate you, but I'm telling you, I'm feeling every second of 40 right now. We have to get a quarterback. Skinny, you ain't never lied. And this is the year. And I see somebody else say something the other day on Twitter, and I responded with, because they were like, yo, it sucks now. We need a GM. We need a head coach. We need a quarterback. Well, isn't this a great year to need all those? It's a great year to need all 3, bro, because realistically, we're going to run it back with the guys that we have. And then you have a deep quarterback class and a few interesting names in free agency. This is a perfect year to need all those. It's a perfect year. So Pete Carroll was going to coach till 100. This is fact, Smash. Salute to Qua also. I wanted AP first. Then when Harbaugh jumped in, I was like, cool, win-win. But now I think you have to listen to the players. Salute to Qua. The thing is this. You want to listen to your players, but to a certain degree. At the end of the day, man, this is the thing that kills me. This is Mark's organization. And I tweeted this, you guys. Max is the leader of this team. Mark Davis is the leader of this organization. There's a difference. If you give players too much power, you lose everything. Mark is definitely looking at him and saying, Max, I hear you. Trust me, I hear you. But at the end of the day, this is still Mark's job. I mean, this is his shit. He's going to call it how he sees fit. So it's okay to be the leader of this team, but he is the leader of this organization. Allow Mark to do what he do. I love, though, once again, I love that Max put pressure on him, but sometimes it's like, come on, man. Like, I know you have a podcast now, and I know you guys are, investing in that, and I love it. I watch every episode of The Rush. It's really a great show. And his guests, his guys that do it are great guys. Like, they ask the perfect questions. I haven't watched one show where I wasn't like really entertained. But at the end of the day, it's like, what does that do? It's like, at this point, you're adding now to the dysfunction in social media. It just looks like it's way more reckless than what it needs to be, bro. You know what I'm saying? Because Max is a very, very high, he has a very high voice in the nation. So if he says some shit and shakes some shit up, everyone's gonna go crazy. Everyone's gonna go crazy.
Max is like the 6th or 7th member of Shieldmore for the unofficial member.
Facts. I wanted AP first. That's facts, though. Harbaugh jumped in. I was like, cool, win-win. But now I think you have to. Okay, I read that. Salute to Qua. Salute to Money. He says, son, go get dressed. Get the right clothes on. Go get dressed. Pants and all that. Shoes, all that. Brush your teeth. I got to take my sons to a birthday party here in a minute. Money says, the trade request should have never left the building. I was upset about that. That's not a good look, but it really wasn't a trade request. Money.
No, somebody created that false narrative and dragged it out for everybody to go crazy about. It was never true, man.
Well, this is the thing. It could have been Max and his people at the podcast reaching out to Ian Rappaport and Adam Schefter and these guys and saying, look, we got a podcast about to come. Let's put the word out there and get it rolling. So when our episode comes on, there's a lot to talk about and a lot of eyes and ears go over there. Like Max and them knew what they were doing, bro. They knew it. Let's just keep it a buck. Look, I'm a businessman as well. I understand how this shit goes. Leak your podcast. Everybody say this is about to come out. Blase, blase, blah. To get as many eyes on it as you can and run it up. Makes total sense. It makes total sense. But the wording, Scott. I wasn't saying that Ian Rappaport was lying. It's just the wording. The word. It's like it's context and everything. One word can literally dictate a whole sentence. Could or this or that, or come on, man. Like realistically, Max kind of he said what they said, but you have to look him in his eyes and look at the body language and see how he said it. It was not I'm out of here. I'm out of here if AP's not the guy. It was, yo, man, I'm sick of the turnover. At this point, everything's on the table at this point. But dog, Max got that shield on him, and I know a lot of people, oh, well, Clee got the shield on him. Well, Clee's not Max. Clee's not Max Crosby. Max got that shield on him. Josh Jacobs got the shield on him, right? He's not Max Crosby. He's not Max Crosby. Max is a superstar that loves this team, and a lot of his story comes back to the Raiders, the sobriety, the taking a chance on him. You know what I'm saying? Like, there's a lot that Max feels he's indebted to this organization for. I don't think that he would ever disrespect this team by saying publicly, get me the fuck out of here if AP ain't the guy. You know what I'm saying? So I don't know. Take a chat comment real quick, little bro, if you can. 1 second.
Nope. All right. Salute to those in the chat. I was all Drake, May, and Caleb. Hold up. After the tape and looking at measurables, Jaden could be him at the. He's just got to get his weight up, man. That's like I was looking at tape of Jaden the other day. That's the only thing that scares me. We might have to reach out to Uncle Wasted to take care of Jaden a little bit. He might have a connect for him. I don't know. Like, it's kind of scary to see how small this kid is, though.
Hey, Rich, he is a professional, but he's also a human being, right? We all get to a point where we're just boiled over. We're just pissed. We're frustrated. You know what he said that I loved in that interview? He said, we should have been playing this weekend. He said, we should have been playing this weekend.
Ain't lying.
That's a guy that expects success.
Yep.
And he's only had 1 year in the playoffs, and this is his words. I've only been in the playoffs 1 year in my 5-year career. And, you know, but I'm going to be real with you guys. I think right now, Max is like somewhere, he's like the 7th or the 9th, somewhere in that, is highest paid defensive end. I think at the end of the day, even if we don't hire AP, which I think we will, I think they give him an extension. They make him happy, make him one of the highest paid defensive ends in the league, top 3, and we're over this shit. It's business. It's business. But I do believe that Max will be getting an extension here shortly. Nice. Even though he just got one not too long ago, his contract at this point is a steal. So I think he'll be happy either way. I think if we don't get AP, they'll give him an extension. If we do bring in AP, I think he still gets an extension. But either way, that money gonna add up, and Max gonna be like, you know what, we cool over here. We cool over here. And mind you, I'm not saying that Max is only driven by money. You see it. He's first guy in the building, last guy out. You know what I'm saying? He takes everything very serious when it comes to the sport of football. But I'm just saying right now, expect an extension shortly.
Shout out to Raider Felon in the chat. There's a rookie coach playing in the playoffs right now as we speak. No experience. That's a fact, bro. That's a fact. Fuck. They're first and goal, Houston.
Yes. Put some shoes on, son.
Fuck.
Yeah. But I mean, you guys, look, we talked about this coming up on an hour. We talked about, Max's Rush podcast episode. Once again, salute to him and his team over there. They're doing great things. We got to work on getting them on the show here soon. Salute to them. One thing that we can't do, you guys, we got to just stop just jumping out the window immediately when we see things like this. You know what I'm saying? Because those tweets made Max Crosby look like a bad guy in a lot of people's eyes. Not mine, but a lot of people were already literally over. Well, get rid of him then. Get rid of him then. Go get some first round picks. Come on, man. We can't jump the gun and say that. This guy is a phenomenal talent. This is a generational type talent. You can't teach what Max Crosby does. The motor is just relentless. He is just phenomenal. You know what I'm saying? So this isn't some type of shit where it's just like, oh, well, fuck it, trade him then. This is a top 10 player in the NFL. Top 5 at his position, top 3 at his position.
I think Mitch had put a tweet out earlier this afternoon that this is a scenario, and for the record, he does not want Max to be traded, but if, God forbid, that were to happen, it would have to be for one of those top first-round picks and a couple of future first-round picks as well.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, no, we need a shit ton. We need a shit ton of capital if this is what happens. But I don't think that Mark Davis allows it to get to that point.
Nah.
I don't. I think Mark, look, if Mark took our word for it, the fan base saying, get Josh McDaniels the fuck out of here, I think he's looking at his players. He's having, look, if Richard Seymour being in the building doesn't confirm you guys that this guy gives a shit about what his players and former players think about the process of what's going on, then I don't know what else to tell you. I definitely believe that Mark is going to have a conversation with Max. They probably already had a few already. You know what I'm saying? But I think that he's definitely leaning towards AP. I don't think that there's really, I just think that there's still that little bit of what if Harbaugh's the guy? What if Harbaugh's the guy? And I think the only thing that we have to be worried about here in the near future is him letting this process, take his toll and a little too long. And then a week from now, AP has a hit because AP is going to say, look, you guys, I want to be here. But the Titans may have offered me a job. I got to move. I may never have this opportunity again in life. So that's what I'm saying. These next 48 hours are going to be critical. I think by Monday, we'll hear something. I think my birthday, we're going to get a boom, GM, boom, head coach, boom, 40th year stream over here at OLV with all my brothers enjoying my birthday.
Present ever.
Yeah, there you go. So, but salute to everybody here in the building, man. I got to get out of here, drop my boys off. I got to get to my surprise birthday party. But I do have to say this all wouldn't have happened. It's all Derek Carr's fault, you guys. I blame everything on Derek Carr. DC did it. If it wasn't for DC, this wouldn't be happening. The ultimatum and all that. It's all, everything goes back to Derek Carr. It's his fault. Salute to everybody here in the building, man. As always, love you guys. Appreciate you guys. Let me get the hell out of here. We will be back. I think Waste is going live, I believe, later on tonight. We'll probably be active again tomorrow, man. So, but if there's any updates, you guys, on Dodd's interview with Champ Kelly's, I know one of us or all of us will be covering it, uploading some shorts and stuff like that. So stay tuned for that. Other than that, man, wipe them feet, hit them thumbs up, hit that subscribe button. Real quick, Hammer, let everybody know where you are.
Raider Nation News today, guys. We are 36 away from 7,500. Run over there when we're done, and please hit that subscribe button. Doesn't cost you a thing. Appreciate y'all.
There you go. Salute to everybody here in the building. Love y'all. Appreciate y'all. We out, as always. Wow.